All right, guys, here's the question. How do you get certified in project management? Guys, it's Chris Daniel, your PMP or project management certification guru. Today's topic, how do you get certified? This is one of the most tweeted and retweeted questions I get over at Consulting Genes, right? So let me break it down. It's 4 easy steps. Now, I say easy. The steps are strenuous. However, there are 4 steps that if you follow these step by step, I promise you, you can get this certification. So let's hop into it. Step number 1, assess yourself. You got to be honest and be willing to say, have I been managing projects or working on projects for at least 4 years? All right. 4 years is the benchmark, right? Can you prove it? All right. Will a manager vouch for you? If I called up your manager and said, hey, has Chris been working on projects for the last 4 years in his role? Does he command a team? How is this follow through, right? How is this communication? Can I ask will a manager vouch for you? That's what you need to be asking yourself. You'll need to prove 4,500 hours worth of project management experience and education and the educational component to join the ranks of us. All right. You've got to be able to prove it on paper, written, documented projects. I'm not saying all of them have to be perfect, but I'm saying you need the experience. Okay. Number 2, you got to register for a boot camp or do a PMP private coaching experience with me, right? So yes, you can self-study for this exam. It doesn't have to be formal or in a classroom. Some people are a little frantic about a classroom. However, here's what I say. Why would you put yourself through the agony of self-study? All right. Why would you put yourself through the torture when most people don't have the discipline? I'll be honest with you. Look, I told you in one of my earlier videos, I despise the word probably. All right. You're leaving it up to probably if you try to do it on your own. Look, why not ensure your success from someone who can teach you the ropes of how to pass the PMP exam? And look, don't go the cheap route. I'll be honest with you. You get what you pay for. So think of PMP as a single investment that will give you a 10% return each year for the rest of your life. So some of you may be 20, 25, not even 20 and 25, because you might not have the project management experience. But some of you may be about 28 or 30 or 35 or even 40, right? Think of it. For the next 30 years, this one certification can help you get a 10% return on your salary, on your investment every single year. Okay? Man, that's powerful. So you get what you pay for when you go the cheap route. Step number 3, you have to complete the PMP exam application first, right? You thought I was going to say exam, but I said application. So you have to complete the application first. It's a rigorous application. Let me just be honest, but I see it as the litmus test for aspiring project managers, right? PMI is sharp. The Project Management Institute, they're sharp, and they've got to put some buffer between the people who are serious and the people who are not so serious, right? So this is where you get to prove. You get to prove that you can manage a team to deliver a successful project on time within budget consistently. The application process takes about 8 to 10 hours to complete, but don't try to do it all in one day. Don't try to be a weekend warrior. You're going to fry your brain if you try to do it that way. The way I teach it is when you go through my boot camp, we do about an hour each day. And by the end of the boot camp, you are ready to submit your application for approval. I've got about a 99% approval rate on applications, all right? Now, your application must be approved before you can schedule your exam. So that's the 4th step. You have to schedule and pass your PMP exam. Now, I love this exam. I hate it, but I love it. It's a 4-hour, 200-question multiple choice exam. I know. It took you back to your school days. I know. But look, the exam can be beat. I know because I beat it. Look, it's updated every few years and it's very situational. It assumes that you're a project manager of the highest caliber and it assesses you over 4 hours through an exam. It's pass or fail, and the pass-fail rate is about 50-50. So about half the people pass and about half the people fail. Good thing I figured out the formula, right? I'm happy to say 97% of my students pass because of my secret formula. And I'm going to give it to you on this video. All right. Think of the diamond, right? I call it the CDL approach, a triangle, right? At the top of the triangle, it's confidence. I give people confidence through their experience in project management, through the teams they've already managed, through the projects they've already delivered. I help them figure out what projects they've worked on. The next one is discipline. I showed them the discipline through study, through calendars, through how to set up your study and your discipline to be successful. I help them leverage, that's the third one, leverage. I help them leverage the content in a way that helps them pass the exam on their first try, guys. 97%. I kid you not. I go back and look at the numbers, and 97% of my students pass on the first try. What about those other 3%? Let me address that. Those other 3%, they typically pass it on the second try, but every last one of them come back and say to me, Chris, you were right. If I studied like you told me to study, if I did exactly what you told me to do, if I got out of my head with the fear of this exam, then I would have been successful, all right? So look, there are a few little strategies that I've developed along the way to help people get through these steps rather painlessly, but it does require hard work and focus. There's no way around it, right? Success requires it. Remember, only 6% of Americans earn $100,000 salaries or more, and PMPs are among those 6%. Now, let me address one big white elephant, all right? Who's going to pay for your exam fees? Who's going to pay for this certification for you? Let me just say this. It's your career. Your career. I get so frustrated with people who drive luxury cars and live in 3,000 square foot homes and travel to the Caribbean a couple times a year. They wear the top brands and they have an issue investing in their own careers. I get frustrated with it. And those are typically not good project management material. I'm going to just be honest with you. Those people, they typically don't make good project managers. See, if your organization won't invest in you, two things need to happen. And they need to happen in this order. Number one, you need to invest in yourself. Number two, you need to find an organization that will invest in you, but only after you get your PMP. So it's been Chris Daniel, and I know I came off strong in this video because I'm passionate about this and I love what I do. Head over to onechrisdaniel.com. That's onechrisdaniel.com, where you can learn everything you need to learn about it. And you can schedule up a free consultation with me. Just go to onechrisdaniel.com/collaborate, and you can schedule a free 20-minute consultation where I'll give you everything I know about project management for free. And then we can talk about your next steps. See you guys on the next video.